All right, everybody. Well, thank you for your patience. My name is Dustin Cornwell. I'm the Senior Director for Graduate Business Programs here in the College of Business Administration at LMU. And we're very excited to have all of you here with us this afternoon, or whatever time it is in the time zone that you're in. Again, we'll be doing a presentation about each of our 8 graduate programs, so highlighting the main features. One of the things you want to keep in mind is there's much more detailed information on our website, so be sure after the presentation, if you want to learn more, always go to our website for the most accurate and detailed information about any of our programs. And as I said, we will be having information about the application process at the end of the presentation before we go into our breakout rooms. If you do have any questions during the presentation, you have a couple of options. You can either use the raise your hand feature at the bottom of your screen, and that will let us know that you'd like to ask a question, or you can type comments in the chat box if you have a question related to what we're talking about. And again, if you have questions specifically about the application process or admission process, we will be covering that toward the end, so there's no need to ask those questions in advance. But if there's something that we're talking about that's not clear to you and you want more information about that program, please let us know, and by raising your hand or typing a question, and we'll be able to get back to you as quickly as we can. All right, so if my colleague Gwen, who is running our PowerPoint, if she could forward to the next slide. All right, so just a general, why LMU? For that, some of you might already be LMU students or alumni. Some of you might never have visited LMU or just be checking us out for the first time. We really are focused on high quality business education that's accessible to people, and that is very much in a small and personal environment. We are AACSB accredited. For those of you who are not familiar with business school accreditation, only about 5% of all the business programs in the world have earned that level of accreditation. We do pride ourselves, as I mentioned, on small class sizes, typically no more than 30 students in our graduate programs classes, and typically about 15 or 20 students is typical for a graduate class here on campus. We also have personalized career services. So one of the main reasons a lot of students will pursue a graduate degree in business is to advance their career. And we want to make sure that from the time that students are admitted until they graduate and beyond, that they have access to career services. So whether that's one-on-one advising or attending events or panels or things like that, our career services team can really work with you and help you reach the goals that you're hoping for. And then also, we're right here in Los Angeles. So it's obviously a creative capital of the world, international trade center, lots of industries represented in LA. A question that I often get is, what types of industries do your graduates get jobs in? And the answer is all of them. LA has pretty much every industry that you could think of, from entertainment to defense to marketing, finance, accounting, all different things going on in Los Angeles. And so there's really a wide variety of options for students with that as well. All right, and with that, I will advance to the next slide and turn that over to my colleague Gwen Dreyer, who's going to start by presenting about the Executive MBA program, the first of our 8 graduate programs that we'll talk about today.
Hi. Thanks, Dustin. My name is Gwen. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Admission for the College of Business Administration at Loyola Marymount University. Thank you for being with us today. So our Executive MBA program is for mid-career professionals who want to broaden their knowledge of core business principles, develop their leadership intelligence, think strategically, and make results-driven decisions. Who should apply for this program? We ask that you have 8 or more years of experience, professional experience, and you're looking to either move up in your organization, transition to another profession or industry, or start your own business. Those 3 areas are what usually drives people to go back for their MBA later in their career. If you want a broad management degree with a focus on professional development, there are many degrees out there in business that can allow you to specialize in a certain area. MBAs are broad management, and specifically in our executive MBA program, because we're at a point where many of our students want to transition their career in some way, we put a heavy emphasis on the professional development aspect as well, which is woven throughout every semester that you're in our program. Also, because we have students in this program who are more advanced in their career, a great student for an executive MBA program is someone who's looking to learn as much from their peers as you would from your professor. You might have been in marketing your whole life, and the person next to you might be in HR, and they've already had 8 years of experience in HR. There's so much to learn from each other. So in addition to what we call sage on the stage, the professor at the front, imparting their knowledge to you, hopefully you will learn as much from your peers in the program as well. This is a part-time program at 22 months. It takes place on Saturdays, and it takes place in a hybrid environment, meaning that some of your classes will be in person and some of them will be in an online synchronous format, like what we are doing here. All of us log into a Zoom room at the same time. Typically, it's 2 in-person Saturdays, 1 online synchronous, and then 1 Saturday off. Obviously, there are some months with 5 Saturdays in there, so we work with that to make sure you get the appropriate hours needed. And the units in total for this degree is 56. All right, so our executive MBA follows a somewhat unique structure in comparison to our other programs. While in our other programs, you might be experiencing what we consider a more traditional learning environment, in that you have login, you pick your classes for the next semester, and then you're transitioning classes, putting your backpack on your pack, walking into a new classroom every 1.5 hours or 2 hours, and maybe perhaps having a classroom of new people. Our MBA program is cohorted. That means you all enter at the same time in a certain cohort, and then you all graduate at the same time. And this curriculum is also delivered modularly, meaning that you're being presented the coursework from the various programs in a way that makes sense for your personal development and your understanding of the concepts. So in year 1, in fall, you'll start in fall of year 1, and you'll be focused on business fundamentals, right? You may be an expert in marketing. We're also going to teach you a little bit about accounting, a little bit about HR, a little bit about finance. Any MBA is going to have you learn a basic amount of again, broad management, right? A basic amount of all of the topics. And that's also where you're going to start your professional development journey. Again, we have it woven throughout the curriculum, and we have a specific class, a course in the bulletin that you're registered for that you take. So professional development is in every single module. In the module 2, in spring, you're also going to be continuing that business fundamentals journey, just taking it to the next level. In summer session, it's a very specialized session. You're going to be focused on government and innovation. And this includes a 3 to 5 day trip to Sacramento and Silicon Valley. And at our state's capital, you're going to meet with elected officials, lobbyists, and non-government organizations to learn where and how business and government intersect. And then on that same trip, you'll continue on to Silicon Valley to study innovation and technology. Site visits are a big part of the Silicon Valley component, and they've included places such as Google, Apple, and Oracle. We really tap into our alumni, and we really look to not only give you access to companies that you've heard of, but also start to make those connections for you with our alumni. And this is unique to the MBA program. This is the only program we have that has a domestic trip as a part of the curriculum. In year 2, you're moving to strategic application and taking what you've been learning now and applying it to a global perspective. Again, always working on those professional development goals. And at the end of year 2, you'll complete your capstone project, which is a 2-week international trip to compare and contrast one emerging and one well-developed business center in the same geographic region of the world. And again, you'll be doing site visits, meeting with business executives and government leaders, and it's all to serve your final research project, which will be developing a comprehensive business plan to enter a certain industry in that region of the world that you visited. And you can see here, we just have listed some of our alumni and their various achievements. If you look up left, that's Marty. Marty is the CEO of Dynamic Systems and Inc. Gave her the privilege of being in the top 50 women entrepreneurs in the United States in 2015. We have Nadia over there on the right, and Nadia came to us as an operational risk professional in banking. And then after she graduated our MBA program, she was able to secure a vice president position at Citibank. Robin has worked at so many companies you've heard of. Currently, he's the head of marketing for Amazon Smart Vehicles. He had a couple promotions within Amazon. He's also worked with Mattel and Ring. So again, his resume is quite, you'll recognize a lot of the companies on it. And then of course we have Letty on the bottom right there. Part of your summer session in innovation is you'll think about an entrepreneurial venture that you would want to start and sort of work on a business plan for that. And she actually invented a project during that class and decided she wanted to take it to market after she graduated MBA. She didn't enter as a wannabe entrepreneur, but that's what happens when you start a program like this, is your mind starts opening up to different opportunities. So if any of you wear makeup, you might have heard of the color switch before. It's a device that you can use to quickly swatch shadow colors, particularly on your eyeshadow brushes. And that was invented by her, and she was able to get a contract with Sephora. And as some of you may also know, many imitators have followed since, but Letty was the person who invented this product originally, and we're very proud of all of her accomplishments. All right, so now we're going to talk about our MS in Business Analytics. So our Business Analytics degree provides you the knowledge, tools, and skills needed to analyze data, solve challenges, and make effective business decisions. Who should apply for this degree? You should enjoy statistics and data and/or have a quantitative background. A lot of what you'll be doing involving numbers and analyzing them. So if numbers are not your thing, this might not be the right degree for you. You should either have a background or an interest in computer programming. Computer programming is a huge part of this. That's a lot of ways businesses analyze data these days, is using computing to do so. You don't need to have, and I can emphasize that, you don't need to have computer programming knowledge or experience. We will teach you what you need to know, but you at least need to be interested in computer programming and have an interest in learning how to do that. You want a career where your work will impact an organization's strategic decision making. That is what business analytics is. This is what elevates it to a little bit above a data science degree. You're not just taking the data and processing it. You're taking the data and processing it in a way to solve a business challenge, and then using what you've learned to present back what your business recommendation is. So we're really teaching you that soup to nuts, from here's my business challenge to this is my proposed solution. And we're going to teach you how to use data to get from point A to point B. And then if there are any international students interested in a STEM designated program, this program is STEM designated, and it is possible you will receive additional optional practical training at the end of this degree. In full time, you can take this program, complete it in 12 months. If you take this on a part-time basis, you can complete this program in 24 months. Classes are on weekdays and weeknights, and total units is 30 to 36 units. 6 of those units may be waived if you have previous business coursework in your undergraduate degree, and that will be determined as a part of your application evaluation if you choose to apply. And then you will know if you are accepted to the program. You will also find out if any of those units are waived on your previous coursework. The capstone project is a huge component of the business analytics degree. When I think about the degree, I think about that sort of all of your classwork is sort of leading to this point, right? Because we talked about how we're going to teach you to identify a problem and then find a solution using data. So that is exactly what the capstone project is. So you'll be put in a student team, and you will be paired up with an organizational partner. And you can see on the left-hand side and on the right some of our previous partners for these projects. So you'll be tasked with a real-world business challenge by your partner organization. And you'll have the guidance of faculty at LMU, and then you also have the guidance of managers from these organizations as you go through this project and help them find a solution to that challenge. So for example, we have Children's Hospital LA. The challenge they were facing when they were working with our students is they wanted to plan appropriate levels of staffing without compromising on the level of service or patient wait times. Right? They want to allocate their resources appropriately, but make sure that their customer does not experience a decline in quality of their service. So what they did was they provided our students a data set of past patient behavior. How many people canceled on average in a day? How many people didn't show up? Just didn't cancel, but just didn't show up in one day. What times a day was that? What days of the week was that? Were there any trends to be found? And so what our students did was they took that data and they built a computer predictive model for patient appointment cancellations and no-shows. So they would ask the computer based on, here's who's registered for appointments today. What is computer? What is your analyzation of how many people we need to have on staff based on how many people you think are going to cancel or not show up? And our students, this is probably the part of the degree that our students are most excited about, right? Because they're getting those valuable connections with our organizational partners, and they're also actually getting to apply everything they learned in the degree before they even start their job, before they start whatever job whatever job that they have lined up after our degree. All right, so the next program we're going to talk about is the MS in Accounting. So our MS in Accounting provides you with the technical knowledge and analytical skills to become ethical accounting professionals. Who should apply? If you are pursuing your CPA license, this is a degree that is designed to bridge the gap between the undergraduate credit requirement to graduate versus the credit requirement you need to pass the CPA exam for the state of California. So that is what this degree is designed to do. Non-accounting undergraduates who want to pursue a career in accounting will also be attracted to this degree, as it can help them kickstart a new path for their career, or perhaps you as an undergraduate majored in something that you realized you didn't want to continue after your undergrad. You're ready for a different choice. And current accountants who are looking for advanced degree or to increase professional growth opportunities may also find this degree of interest. This is a full-time program which can be completed in as few as 9 months. If you'd like to take this on a part-time basis, it can be 2 to 5 years. You can take up to 5 years. Our 2 accounting degrees, this and taxation, are our most flexible. So you really can tailor your schedule to your needs, especially if you're a working professional. The reason we say full-time as few as 9 months is that this degree does have the most prerequisite coursework, most prerequisite classes of any of our degrees. If you don't meet all the prerequisites to take the class, it is possible you can take some of those classes at LMU before you officially begin the Master of Science in Accounting, but that would obviously add time to your degree. So that's why we say as few as 9 months. And classes are weekdays and weeknights, and this is a 30-unit program. Our MSA alumni are recruited to all sorts of places. You'll see the Big Four right at the top. Yes, we have students at all of the Big Four, and the Big Four do actually come to our campus to recruit students as well. You'll see some regional firms as well as some government agencies that recruit our students as well. So if you're thinking of a firm and you're like, is LMU going to be able to help me get in that firm? Yes, the answer is yes. LMU's accounting program is very well regarded in the accounting community, primarily due to one of the many reasons is due to our dedication to ethics and how we instill that into our curriculum. And the next degree we're going to talk about that I just mentioned is the MS in Taxation. So our MS in Taxation provides you an in-depth understanding of tax law and tax practice. So why would you choose this degree over the MS in Accounting? So in essence, who should apply? Perhaps you're pursuing your CPA license, but you have the intent to practice tax, to be a tax practitioner. This will allow you to get enough credit, perhaps, maybe depending on your undergraduate, we'll have to talk about that, but it could possibly get you enough credits to complete the credit requirement for the CPA license, but it allows you to take most of your classes, if not all of them, in tax-related topics. Accounting undergraduates who are pursuing a career in taxation, who just want those extra tax skills, and current accountants, attorneys, and financial planners who are also looking to move into tax or grow their tax competencies. Not just CPAs and accountants have an interest in tax and tax law. There are other financial career paths where this might be beneficial as well. Our MS in Taxation in full-time, again, as few as 9 months. There are not as many prerequisites for this degree as there are for the MS in Accounting, but there are some. So if you need to complete some of those, it could take a little bit longer on a full-time basis. Part-time, 2 to 4 years. And classes are weekdays and weeknights. Now, a substantial difference between this degree and the accounting degree is that classes in this degree are delivered hybrid. Some of your classes will be in person and some of them will be online synchronous. For the MS in accounting, all of those classes are in person. And like the MSA, this is a 30-unit degree. Something really exciting about our MS in taxation program is a partnership we have with Deloitte to provide diversity scholarships. So to strengthen the pipeline of diverse talent entering the accounting profession, the scholarship program endeavors to consider applicants from underrepresented demographic groups, including but not limited to students from historically Black colleges and universities, as well as Hispanic serving institutions. Students selected for the scholarship will have 50% of their tuition paid for by Deloitte and 50% paid for by LMU. So yes, this is a 100% full tuition scholarship, and we're so excited to be partnering with Deloitte on this. There are some specific eligibility requirements because this is designed to strengthen the pipeline of diverse talent in the accounting profession in the US. We do ask that you are a US citizen or permanent resident. Like all of our degrees, you must have a bachelor's degree from an accredited US institution. We ask for an undergraduate GPA of 3.0 or higher, have completed all your prerequisite coursework for the MS in taxation by the start of the program, and you intend to complete the MS in taxation August 2023 through August 2024. This is designed for full-time students and to be completed in 1 year. That is why we have those last two bullets. And then finally, you intend to pursue as a career as a tax professional. That is the whole point of the scholarship opportunity, is to help students help strengthen that pipeline of diverse talent. Our application deadline for this scholarship is May 31st of this year. And now I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Nellie.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. Hi, everyone. My name is Nellie Quintanilla. I serve as the Assistant Director of Admission for our graduate business programs here at LMU. So I'm so glad to be here with you all today, and thank you for coming this afternoon. So to continue the presentation, I will be talking now about our MS in Entrepreneurship and Sustainable Innovation. Technical difficulties with the slide here. Sorry, folks.
Sorry about that. I am trying to. It just does not want to go forward, unfortunately.
No worries.
Oh, there we go.
Shows. Yay! Great, awesome. All right, so our MSESI for short. So this program is intended for anyone that perhaps may be interested in going down the entrepreneurship route, and they do have the passion for sustainability. So there are going to be lots of courses throughout this curriculum that have a blend of science, engineering, and environmental law and policy conversation. So it's definitely an opportunity to kind of give you a wholesome experience on what it is like to start your own business. So you should definitely apply to the program if you want to start your own business or join a startup and grow it, of course, in a sustainable way. Or you want to help already established companies make sustainable changes to their strategic plannings to their business. So some facts about the program: you can take it full-time or part-time in 12 months full-time or 24 months part-time. Now the delivery method for this, it is hybrid. So you will be having online asynchronous courses, and it is in-person weeknights. So that is something unique here to this program here. Units, there will be 36 units that you'll need to finish off and complete the program.
I'm trying.
That's okay.
It is struggling today. There we go.
Great. So curriculum. So when we take a look at the curriculum for the program, as you can see, again, just that blend of environmental law and environmental policy coursework here. Please note that all of you do have access to the course descriptions of each of the coursework for all of our programs. through the university bulletin. So if you check out our website, there will be some course descriptions there. So the way that the curriculum is set up is really to set you up for success for your capstone project, since that is a highlighting piece to this program. So we do give you 2 options to complete the program, and I'll talk a little bit more of what that looks like here in the next slide. So as you can see, option 1 for the capstone project is the new venture launch. So this option will give you the opportunity to develop your own business idea. And of course, you will have that mentorship assistance with your faculty, as well as the industry professionals that you have, at that point connected with and networked with throughout in the LA area. Sometimes there are the opportunities to pitch your idea through several different business competitions that we do host at LMU. And of course, you will present all of your findings and just your mission and vision of what you created as far as your own business to the rest of the LMU community at the MSCSI showcase. Option 2 would give you also a hands-on learning approach to what it's like to, of course, like run businesses and get to know different businesses. So this is a corporate project where essentially you will work closely with an industry partner and essentially get to know what their business is about, their mission, vision, all the things. Pick out a strategy that perhaps could use some improvement so that it can grow sustainably, right? So you'll be able to kind of work on different projects with the business and then just present your findings to that business. So again, it's a chance for you to kind of have that hands-on learning approach of what research you'll need to kind of look for when really growing your business sustainably. So 2 options, both are amazing ways to just get that hands-on learning approach of entrepreneurship, and of course, with that lens of sustainability. All right, so the next program is our Joint Master in Global Entrepreneurial Management. And if anyone hasn't traveled abroad, this might be a great opportunity for you. So our MGEM program, we do have a partnership between 3 different universities across or overseas. So you will have the opportunity to travel to Barcelona and New Taipei City, and as well as Los Angeles for 1 semester each. And so this program really is intended for anyone that wants to have that international business experience. You want to, immerse yourself in that global business career. You're passionate about what it looks like to work with international businesses. Or if you want to increase your capacity of just how to manage a diverse workforce, you'll be that person in the room that has this experience and that lens of what it's like working with diverse individuals. So some program facts: it is a full-time program that can be completed in 12 months. You will be having classes weekdays and weeknights with 36 units to complete. Now, when we take a look at the program structure, this is just, an overview of what specifically those semesters would look like for you. So through the months of September and December, that's when you'll be in Spain. And here you're going to be working on a consulting project with a multinational corporation. So you'll have the opportunity to work with them and serve as, consulting kind of based projects where you'll hear out what their business is about and conduct some research as well from there and proposing new initiatives. So really it's intended for you to work with that multinational corporation and get that hands-on experience there. Through January and April, you'll be in Taiwan, and here you'll be working on a master's thesis where you're going to be coming up with your own operational plan for entrepreneurial firm via research. So again, you'll be doing that research, but here you'll be kind of starting with your own creative ideas on what international businesses would look like. And then when you come in May and August, you'll be coming back to LMU, finishing off the program here in Los Angeles. And here you'll be working on a similar project that you did in Spain with the consulting project, but here it'll be a small to mid-sized enterprise. So a really awesome perk to this program is that you will receive a degree from all 3 institutions and essentially be considered an alum of each. So you will have the opportunity to, take advantage of all the alumni benefits that each institution offers. So as you can see there, we have the IQS School of Management in Spain and Fujian Catholic University in Taiwan. Great. So our next program is our MS in Management. Now, this program is essentially a program for anyone that really has majored in something other than business. So this is a full-time 9-month program that will give you just all the basic knowledge and tools to understand how business works. So you're going to get just a little bit of everything that talks about business to really set you up for success with wherever you want to go in terms of your career within the business. So you should definitely apply if you come from majors in the arts, humanities, engineering, and you, again, just want to further your business skills. And of course, if you are an international student who is interested in just the way the American business education works, this is a great program for you. For the delivery, as far as when you'll be taking classes for this program, it is weekdays and weeknights, and you'll need 32 units to complete the program. So this is just an image. We wanted to give you a visual of what it looks like to, what we mean by, you coming from a major that's something other than business. So as you can see, if you came in with a theater arts bachelor's degree, maybe you want to one day manage your own theater company. So what we're really trying to do with this program is to just essentially complement whatever you majored as an undergrad and give you the tools and just, warm up that language of what it is that you want to do and what steps you're trying to take within business. So this is, again, just like a visual of what we mean by that. Awesome. Now, the other program, I believe it's one of our last programs here, is our MBA program. Now, this program is a program designed for working professionals. So the classes for this are really going to give you the opportunity for those who do have a full-time job to work during the day and go to school in the evening. So as you can see, the delivery method here is weeknights. So all your classes will be starting at 6:30 p.m. This is a 2-year part-time program where you can complete the program in 21 to 36 months with 51 units to complete. So you should definitely apply to this program if you have at least 2 years of professional work experience, or of course, if you had, significant internships. If you are, majored as an undergrad with business, you have all that kind of work experience behind your belt there. Or if you just want to kind of just broaden your understanding of finance, marketing, or entrepreneurship, since those are 3 specializations or emphasis plural, that you can choose to elect there. Now, when we take a look at the program structure here, this is just an overview of what year 1 and year 2 would look like. So year 1, you're going to be taking a lot of your core courses for the program. As you can see, a lot of marketing, accounting, finance courses. And year 2, that's when you'll have the opportunity to really hone in onto your emphasis areas, which again, we do offer 3, which is entrepreneurship, finance, and marketing. And something to note is that you do have the option to select up to 2 different emphasis areas. You can take some business analytic courses or other areas based on your interests, but that is on a space available basis. But again, we do have those 3 options as an emphasis there. In year 2, there is also a global study component to the curriculum called our comparative management systems. It is a research-based course where you will be going on a 2-week trip overseas to about 2 to 3 different countries where you will essentially compare what businesses are like internationally to the businesses here in the United States. So a very global experiential experience there. Now, where will you find MBA alum? So we do have a wide variety of industries that folks end up working for and with after they graduate from LMU. Really, again, the intent behind the program is for us to give you the tools that you need to really go deeper into what you're already working on, and contribute to the classroom as far as what challenges have you what challenges have you overcome and learned about, and how to kind of go and continue on in accomplishing more, right, within any kind of field or industry you want to go into. So the faculty are really here for you as far as wanting to know what you've done in the past and what experiences you've had. And they have huge connections to, different businesses in the LA area, of course. So the more that you can kind of contribute into the class of what you've done in the past, the greater kind of richer conversations you'll have, and of course connections with our alum as well, who have also gone off to work in these different kind of businesses. All right, so we've reached the end of our presentation as far as just, giving you that overarching overview of each of our programs. So let's get into the admission information for all of this. Now, here are some application requirements and scholarships. We want you to all know that each program does have specific application requirements as far as, GRE math, GRE test scores, letters of recommendation. So some have those required, some don't. So we just want to encourage you to ensure that you are researching which program you are interested in, doing a deep dive research. And of course, if you have questions, we can happy to answer those. But requirements for all programs all across the board is you need a bachelor's degree from an accredited U.S. institution or an equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree from a foreign institution. So that is for my international folks. Application fee, there is a $50 application fee. We do also ask that you submit a resume, a personal statement, as well as official documents for or official transcripts for any college or university that you did attend and received a degree in. Now, just so you know, officials are not needed until you are officially enrolling into the program. But of course, if you can obtain those officials at the time of application, that works too. Merit scholarships. So we do want to highlight this piece here that everyone is automatically considered for a merit-based scholarship. These are our departmental scholarships. There is no separate application for this. All you need to do is to make sure that you submit your application by the deadline. And of course, it is based on the strength of your application. So we're going to take a look at that holistically. And yes, domestic and international students do qualify for this. So. All right, so if you want to take a picture of this, you can. I know there are several deadlines here, but so for anyone that is interested in that fall 2023 start date for our MBA program and executive MBA, we do have our list of rounds here. There really is no effect to your admission decision if you choose to apply to that final deadline for all of our programs, and of course, this MBA, executive MBA. We just encourage you to, of course, submit your application as soon as you have all of your documents. For fall 2023 of all other programs, we will continue to accept applications even after that May 31st deadline until spaces are full. But again, we do encourage you to submit that as early as you can. As far as spring 2024 for the MBA program, our MS in Accounting and MS in Taxation, we do have a spring start date if that works for you. We do have that November and December deadline, and we do have deadlines specifically for our international students, and that's intended just to be able to get your student visas in time and everything like that.